Now at 10, fall is here and really feeling like it today. We have more showers in store for Sunday, maybe even some heavier rain. We'll time it out for you coming up.
And a 17-year-old is dead after a crash in New Milford. The latest in how the community is grieving tonight. Plus, a bomb threat towards the New Haven Pride Center, the scare it caused to the organization and businesses nearby.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin on the weather watch tonight. A breezy, chilly and wet weekend to kick off the first day of fall. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Rach, not the best news for those fall fairs this weekend, right?
I know, but if you are going to try to head out there tomorrow, and you can, just make sure you're dressing for the weather. You've got the boots on because things will likely be a little bit muddy, and obviously an umbrella or some waterproof kind of poncho, because tomorrow will be similar to today. It won't be an all-day washout. It's not raining from start to finish, but we'll see off and on showers and drizzle Sunday right into the day on Monday. And in fact, Monday we could see a steady and heavier period of rain. During the day tomorrow, it's also chilly, kind of feeling raw with temperatures in the 50s for much of the morning, reaching into the low 60s by afternoon. And a breeze continues as well, but we're not anticipating damaging winds. And I wanted to make that clear because this is from Tropical Depression Ophelia, which made landfall in North Carolina, but we are not dealing with any tropical storm or tropical depression impacts, just some showers and a breeze. We've got some showers moving through Mystic and Ledyard and another few here in northern Hartford County as well. Overnight tonight, temperatures don't move very much, and heading through the day tomorrow, we'll see off and on showers and drizzle. There will be breaks in the action where you can get outside without getting rained on. And as we head through the day, those showers might become more numerous before it turns steadier at night. We'll explain, show you the future radar coming up, Carmen.
All right, Rachel, thank you. A New Milford teen has died after a 3-vehicle crash on Route 7 Friday afternoon that left 3 others hospitalized. Fox 61's Jake Garcia has the latest from New Milford.
The crash happening just before 2:30 Friday afternoon, closing parts of Route 7 for several hours while police investigated, all trying to piece together what led up to this deadly crash. New Milford police say Friday afternoon a 2006 Infiniti G35 was traveling north in the right lane, and a 2002 Hyundai Tucson was in the left lane of the southbound side of the street. According to police, the Tucson was attempting to turn left into the Italia Mia restaurant when the crash occurred. The force of the collision caused both vehicles to crash into a Nissan Rogue heading south. 2 17-year-olds were in the Infiniti. The passenger, who police have not identified, was killed in the crash. The driver of the Infiniti, along with the driver and passenger of the Nissan Rogue, were taken to the hospital to be treated. The extent of their injuries are unknown. The crash closed a portion of Route 7 for 8 hours while officers investigated.
In fact, this afternoon there was an accident on 7 by 202 getting onto 84 where we were traveling.
People who drive this stretch of road say there are several factors that make Route 7 dangerous.
And then all of a sudden, Super 7 ends and you're on 7, which has lights and pedestrians and cars coming in from parking lots. So it's a big adjustment there, and I think that also adds to a little bit of the challenge there.
Which raises the question if more can be done to make this section of Route 7 safer.
Or maybe some kind of flashing lights saying slow down.
There has to be, some interventions that they could do to just manage the traffic better, notify the drivers a little bit better in terms of what's coming up.
The New Milford High School will be open from 11 Sunday morning until 2 in the afternoon for anyone in the community who needs grief counseling. Grief counselors will also be made available for students on Monday. The crash remains under investigation. In Milford, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Terrible story. Thank you, Jake. In New Haven today around 12:30 p.m., police say the New Haven Pride Center faced a bomb threat. It started as an email that circulated to police departments. Above the Pride Center is a dialysis center, and patients had to be evacuated into ambulances. Downtown streets were closed off, and nearby buildings had to be evacuated as well. More than an hour later, investigators learned the threat was not credible and the area was safe.
I think regardless of whenever you get something like this, it shakes you a little bit. It reminds you that LGBTQ people are under attack across our entire country. There's a rise in LGBTQ and rhetoric, anti-LGBTQ rhetoric, and violence against LGBTQ people.
The New Haven Pride Block Party was also originally planned for today, but it was canceled because of the weather. One person is dead and 2 others are injured after a shooting in Hartford. Police say it happened in the area of Westland Street around 11 last night. One person was found unresponsive in a car and later died at the hospital. Police say the other 2 people shot, a man and a woman, were not believed to be the intended target and are recovering. Police say they think shots were fired from a car driving by. An update tonight out of Griswold. State police say a woman has died after being hit by a car. The 50-year-old woman was walking on North Main Street near Green Avenue around 8 last night. Police have identified a suspect and vehicle but have not released that information at this time. No arrests have been made. One person is dead in Milford after a crash involving a truck and a motorcycle. Police say the crash happened close to exit 39A, causing major congestion on the northbound side of I-95, as you can see there. The motorcyclist was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the truck is facing multiple charges, including operating a vehicle under the influence. The driver is expected in court next month. In Southington today, St. Michael's Ride kicked off bright and early, though the rain canceling the parade part. It was started by a group of police officers who are motorcycle enthusiasts who ride with the Gunfighters, which is a law enforcement motorcycle club. At today's event, there was a photo of Hartford Detective Robert Garton along with a wreath wrapped in black bunting. Event organizers say after the passing of Bristol Sergeant Alex Hamsey and Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte from last year, they wanted to find a way to show their support of law enforcement officers' mental health.
I've been between the military and in my years in law enforcement, I've been to a lot of police funerals, and they're all sad. But when something like that hits home so close, and Ted Garton was truly such a nice guy. He's, when people say someone's a nice person, he's truly that kid.
The rest of the night was held at the Cadillac Ranch, where people were able to enjoy music, food, raffles, and vendors. Connecticut pastors and activists joined together in Hartford today to support the community and each other in what they called an all-hands-on-deck effort to take back the streets. Pastor Floyd Johnson, whose ministry followed 3 decades in prison, organized the event in Unity Plaza. His mission, he told us, is to keep Hartford's youth safe and shed a more positive light on Connecticut's capital city.
We're here working together, trying to unify ourselves as pastors and leaders in our community so that we can be of help to our community. Because there's so many people are hurting, so many dying, especially our children, and they need hope. So we come to bring some hope. We come to lift them up and encourage them.
Pastor Andrews was joined by Bishop Adam Hillerman, Pastor Floyd Johnson, and other clergy in today's event. Also in Hartford today, teachers teamed up with the mayor's office and the city's public library for a book giveaway. And not just 1 or 2 dozen books, but 50,000 books. The event sponsored by the American Federation of Teachers and the Hartford Federation of Paraeducators worked with the Hartford Public Library and a nonprofit called First Book to provide children in need with new books and other learning materials.
We're bringing back literacy, teaching teachers how to use evidence-based literacy so they can teach their children. Multilingualism, making sure they have strategies for all the newcomers that are coming in. Loneliness, tackling mental health.
Today's Reading Opens the World event at the Connecticut Convention Center is part of the Teachers Union's $5 million effort to strengthen public schools and address literacy and learning. Today is the day Connecticut celebrates Rochambeau Day, and the soldiers who greeted the famous French general. Officers and grenadiers of the 1st Company Governor's Foot Guard marched in Hartford to mark the 250th anniversary of their founding and to commemorate the historic meeting of General George Washington and France's Revolutionary War hero in front of the Old State House in 1780. Simsbury's landmark Flower Bridge is now flowerless and is going to stay that way for a while. Today, volunteers removed all the flowers from all the boxes, baskets, and border columns, as well as all the dirt. The reason is so that the town can repair and repaint the bridge, which dates back to 1892. Those repairs will mean no flowers through winter, spring, summer, and fall of 2024.